Oh, hello everyone, whoever joins me. Okay, especially if you was born in 1951. We've got one of my specials, and the year we're doing, of course, is 1951. All right. We also have the number four. But first of all, let me introduce myself, just for those of you that might tune in and haven't seen me before. My name's Jackie, and my channel's Romany Tarot. Okay. Um, and all all is welcome. That's what I'm going to say. Everyone's welcome. Of course they are. I can't stop that. Who watches this? And yeah, you're all welcome. Okay, so like I promised, let's just go over a couple of things. So, like I promised I don't know if you heard me mention that I was going to use the, or not hear me mention. Actually, I put a notice on the community about using this deck for this reading. For these readings. I was very drawn to these, the Golden Girls. All right, I don't know if any of you guys remember the Golden Girls. I mean, probably I'm not just saying specially that the ladies here, maybe the gents remember this as well. So basically a sitcom from the 80s, sort of early 80s into late 80s, right, about three women, middle-aged women. Well, they looked a bit older than middle-aged to me, but it doesn't matter. But that live together anyway. They're all friends. They're good friends, and one of the ladies, Dorothy, I think her name is. Her mother lives with her, which is Sophia. All right. So yeah. So what I've done with these cards, I'll just show you. I wrote my own story, my little storyline to these cards. I've got this thing about writing on cards, and it's just my own little story about them. This deck actually didn't come with any instructions. I've actually read through the on the box everything. I can't see the creator, the designer, uh, anything like that. Even when I went into the barcode to get the booklet on it, I couldn't find it. Every other deck of cards come up, but these ones. So I thought, okay then, I'm feeling pretty strong energy from these cards. I thought, so why not put my own feelings into these cards in some way? All right. So I thought I'd just tell you that. Okay, so let's move on. I've got a little bit of paper and pen here in case there's anything I want to write down as I go through the reading. And I've got my notes here as well. So first of all, those of you 1951, there we have 1951. So you'd be in your early 70s. So we're looking at those of you in your early 70s, cross watchers. You may be looking on for somebody that you know that was, around about that age, is born in that year. Could be a parent, anyone, friend, anybody you know. And of course, we also have the number four. So we've got hard working on this card. So the number four is the number. So in the tarot, anyway, the number four is the number of realistic thinking. All right. Let me make sure that I turn to the mic. Um, if you are practical, self-reliant, you will have the motivation to achieve whatever you set out to do. You are able to turn things to your advantage. So with this energy as well is very quite unconventional. That's what I say. It's not sort of like the run of the mill, following the rules and all that sort of thing here in this energy that I've picked up. Anyway, just please bear with me, all right? So let's just take a step back and slow down. I do feel these gushes of energy when I start doing readings in general. It's just unbelievable. So fours uh, can do, what can I say, the reverse. They usually reverse the order of things. Rebel against rules, regulations. As I said, unconventional in views and opinions. Also, the number that can be highly strung and defensive sometimes, all right, but very hard working now, very hard working. For those of you, maybe some of you are retired, um, maybe some of you are still working, or you've found something to put after retirement to sort of put your, which I feel you have done for a lot of you, you're putting your energy into something else, all right? So we're also looking at the fourth, it's not the fourth planet as such, but I pick up the energy of Uranus, all right? So Uranus, the planet of revolutions, rebellion, anarchy, it's about social advancement, ecology, technology, and anything that comes out of the blue, all right? Unexpected, unpredictable, sudden, is like a sudden sort of explosion here. I'm picking up because what I'm going to be doing, let's move, just turn to the next page. So before I move on, let me just tell you about, we're looking at the fourth house as well. So this is to do with the home, and you did, one of your cards come out was the house, and we have the mother here, possibly authority mother with the bear. Um, and then what else have we got? Anyway, I do feel very strongly something here to do with the home. Oh yeah, change. So that could be with this card here. We have the change, which comes in quite fittingly with that Uranus energy as well. It's all about change. All right, the fourth house, which is all about the place we come from, of course, you know, in your early years. It's the country, city, district, town, borough, street, home, family, where we lived. Okay, so this covers as well the fourth house. It covers property and land, and concerns can also be included. These sort of concerns can also be included into the fourth house along with the parents or a parent. Usually it's the mother, but it can be either parent or both parents. All right, so let's have a look. I hope I'm not moving too fast for you guys. Okay, so we have 1951. So here, so the year of the, let's have a look, the year of the metal hare or rabbit, whatever you like to call them. So it's the hare or the rabbit. And with metal, we're looking at useful, strong, and dependable energy here. So somebody who's very puts their skills and knowledge to good use. You know what they do. Very strong inner strength, and possibly some physical as well. Something that's very strong and dependable and adaptable, but more dependable. So you can be relied upon here to do something, or you can be dependent on to carry something through in some way. All right, my 1951ers. Okay, so let's just have a little read of this card. So ambitious with courage and perseverance. This least emotional of the hares or the rabbit will rise to lofty heights in any field where its vision and confidence can be put to good use. All right, so that's the little saying there for that one. So I thought I'd just cover that. What else do we have here? Anything else? So we have someone here with a strong sense of self and who they are. Yeah, so I made a note of that. Right, this is the interesting bit. If we go to 1951, by my calculations, if you haven't listened to my readings before, and those of you that have, you will know that I'm very big on numbers. All right, I love numerology. I'm not saying I'm a mathematician or anything, mathematician in any way. Absolutely not. But I do love exploring numbers. Okay, so I come up with the year for you guys. I come up with the year 1974. So what this means is, for those of you born in 1951, I want you to cast your mind back. Now, this can be a little bit of an heavy energy here as well. So maybe it's something you don't want to remember, or you do remember, and it's just something that you prefer not to remember in that year. Because we do have with that, I'll show you in a minute with these cards. So I'm pulling, obviously, the two tarot decks I've used, but I've pulled the same card for each one. So we get two sort of looks at the same card in different ways. Maybe, masculine and feminine, male and female, it doesn't matter. Man or woman, coming through. But it gives me a feel of who's coming through here. All right, another thing I must mention before I continue is that remember, this is not a zodiac reading. This is specifically for those of you born in the year 1951, or if you have a birthday on the 4th, the 13th, what else is the 4th, the 13th, what was the other one? Let me have a look. The 22nd, that's the one I'm missing. The 22nd or the 31st of any month, all right? This could be for you as well, so we have that number there as well. So apart from 1951, we have that number 4. So those of you born in 1951 on one of them days, your birthday falls on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of a particular month. I will, although it's not a zodiac reading, if energy comes through here as I go along in this reading, if it does come through a certain zodiac sign, then I will mention it if it comes through, strong enough for me to mention. Right, so guys, I want you to cast your mind back to 1974. All right, so you could, possibly have been, well, you was, not possibly, you was around about 23 years old, so 23, 24, whatever. All right, so with this, you have, with this year, what I've picked up here, you have the Tower, and of course, we have the Fool representing the Tower and Uranus. All right. So, for some of you guys, I feel that this is something that happened. All right. So, if we're looking at something on a larger scale, just something on a, as I say, on a larger view of things here. All right, let me pull the two cards in a minute. Okay, I'll show you in just a sec. So let me show you we've got two visions, like two different cards here of the Tower, two versions of the interpretation we have from the Golden Girls and the Game of Thrones. I pulled these cards because they give me obviously two different feelings, because I believe every single deck of cards you get, if it's not the exact same deck, because some people buy 2 or 3 of the exact same deck, but if you get different decks, I pull very different energies from different decks. I don't know about you guys, but probably you do as well, of course. All right, so I'm getting so let's just give an example here of what could have happened if you cast your mind back to your early 20s. What could have happened here? Remember, we've got Uranus, the planet of rebellion. We have that sort of sudden, we have the change, we have that something that comes in suddenly, or whether you was if whatever happened here. Well, let me give an example first. Let me not just get too ahead of myself here. All right, so disasters. We're looking at disasters or conflicts on a larger scale. So just to give a few examples from 1975, my research, I picked up the Ethiopian Civil War and, of course, the Cyprus War in 1975. And then we have the explosion at Flexborough, the Flexborough site. All right, so we have that there. I also pick up demonstrations, protests, marches, and of course the conflicts that were going on, all that time in Ireland, Northern Ireland. So not getting political, but picking up very strongly this Northern Ireland connection here as well, apart from other things. So it might mean different things to different people. All right, whatever it was, it feels like there was like chaos. not just that, anything, you know, not just, I'm not just picking up on, I'm picking up strongly on the Northern Ireland connection, but I'm also picking up very strongly possibly on something else here, like the something, the Cyprus, maybe the Cyprus war, the conflict that was going on there at that time. Whatever it is, it could be anything. All right. This could even be something which, of course, is personal to you because we have the home. It's something close to home. All right. So whether you had to leave home, whether you was thrown out of your home, um, anything, you know, it could have been in, you know, where you're not just protecting your home, you're protecting your area, you're protecting your town, you're protecting maybe your city, your country. So, you know, it sort of really sort of goes forward into that sort of energy. You know, I feel that's why I'm speaking so fast and I feel so like, you know, I'm feeling this very, very strong energy here. So I'm feeling sort of chaos all around. Um, as they say, conflict, chaos. I mean, it could be protests. As I said, it could be marches, anything like that. But whatever happened, you know, it's something that that really. This could be crumbling. Remember, if we look at the tower, we're looking maybe at fires as well. Because I see the fire, of course, in the traditional tower, we have the fire and the lightning strike, and we have that here with the Shady Pines, it's called this place. I think that's where the ladies used to live together in the series. But here we also have the tower from the Game of Thrones. So it's a fall, something got brought down, of course, to its bare, you know, to its basics. It got torn down. Some sort of, I can't say, I can't put my finger on it, but just something just got completely destroyed here in some way. And the thing I pick up here with the reading as well is that um, with this, for some of you guys in particular, there was casualties, all right, because we do have that healing card here. There we go. We have healing and we have spiritual teacher that's got the word healing on as well. So we have this card here, and this one's from the Life Perfect Purpose Oracle cards. All right, you have the spiritual gift of healing and the desire to share with others. But I do feel I'm picking up the word casualties here. Of course, if there's anything like that going on that I've described, there will be casualties. All right, but for some of you, you could have lost someone, a friend, a family member. But then again, a family member can be our closest friend as well. So there's been losses here. All right, and they mean something quite obviously a lot. You know, it's something that was devastating for you. You know, disastrous, devastating. I can't put it into words. All right, so I just wanted to pick up on that. Um, and of course, with these two, especially with the this full card here from the I forgot his name now. What's his name? Anyway, the full card in the Game of Thrones. You know, who in their right mind um, I know dragons don't exist, but it's like going into a lion, you know, a lion's unprotected, you know, just walking into a lion's den. Who in their right mind does that, you know? So it's you've walked, somebody has just gone in and done, you know, just took the lead as well and just gone in and done something here. All right. So whatever that was, I'm just looking at this past energy from 1974. Yeah, pretty heavy, really. So let's just put that aside for a minute and let's focus on the rest of the reading. All right. Okay, so looking at this past, now this could have something to do with what happened back then, this past energy, or it could be a recent past energy for some of you. All right. So we start off with this card here. We have change. All right. So of course, as I was saying, that change that took place, that upheaval, that sort of energy where You know, there was chaos and sort of manic madness all around. All right, but it's forced you out of your place of. Let me just get the house because you do have the house. So it's forced you out of your place where you was, you know, where you maybe you grew up, where you lived for years, anything like that. You know, you've had to relocate. You maybe had to start again in some way. All right. If not, for others of you, this could be quite recent past energy where you've decided to have a change, make a change in your life and pack up and go and live somewhere else. All right. And next we have the mountain with that card. So mountains are all about obstacles. So some sort of obstacle here to overcome. All right, it's not an easy journey. Whatever journey you're going on, it's not easy. So you're going to have some things to contend with here. All right. I do see here that something we do have the month of April. All right, so we have the month of April. So whatever that could be your actual birthdays in April. And we also have the key, which is successful outcome to your problem. So whatever problem and obstacle that you're facing, I feel close to home, definitely something close to home. There will be a successful, you know, some sort of outcome here with that. Okay, so let's move on. And I do feel whatever it is that you're this successful outcome that you, to your problem, you know, whatever it is, you've been waiting for it because here we have the Three of Wands. Okay, so we're waiting for something to come in. We've sent something, obviously, something has gone out and we're waiting for a result. So we're waiting for some sort of result to come back. And here we see, let's have a look. This is Sophia. So this is Dorothy. Let me just tell you the characters. Okay, because we're going into the Golden Girls now. So I'll just explain for those of you that don't know. I've told you that three women live together in an apartment, probably shady pines, and they lived together. And the mother lived. I don't know if she lived in the apartment with her, or she had her own apartment. But anyway, her name is Sophia. So she is Dorothy's mum. So Dorothy is a teacher and I can't explain her character, but she's got like a sarcastic wit, Dorothy. So you will hear me mention these characters' names through the cards. All right. So don't take. I mean, maybe the names might mean something to you, but other than that, it's just what I've put my energy onto the cards here. All right, about how I feel about these cards. So then we have, okay, so we've got Dorothy, and this is Sophia. So this is Dorothy's mum. All right, she always wants to be part of what's happening, you know, what's going on. She don't want to miss out on anything. She's that sort of character. All right. And then we have, let me see if I've got an example. Yeah, then we have Blanche. Is that yeah, Blanche. So we have Blanche here. Okay, so Blanche is the I say the manhunter. All right, she represents the coins. All right, so she's very I think she's hotel owner or something like that. I can't, I think so, you know. So she's pretty affluent, and you know she's got it sort of together. But she doesn't have much luck on, and as I say, yeah, I'm thinking relationships here somehow. That doesn't mean to say that you don't, so don't take that personally. All right. After that, we have, don't forget Rose. Yeah, we have Rose. So Rose is a very gentle, kind soul. You know, she wouldn't say boo to a goose, Rose. So yeah, so that's sort of Rose's character. What does Rose do? I can't remember now. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about them characters. So Dorothy, of course, let me show you Dorothy. Maybe you recognise her because they're pretty good images in these cards of the characters. So of course Dorothy is a teacher. She's the one with this sort of sarcastic wit. Um, and yeah, I like her character. I think she comes across as the strongest, and her mother does as well. So yeah, great stuff. Anyway, let's get on with the reading. I thought I'd have to explain myself, you know. I can't just because I was very when I was disappointed actually when I got these come through a few days ago, and I know I do waffle on a bit. Sorry, guys, but I must tell you when these come through, I thought, oh gosh. I mean, I think I paid like £18 something with postage, and it's one of those decks that are copied. So it's not like the original deck. So whoever, you know, it's a copy. So I get pissed off when these sort of decks come through because, you know, I expect them to be a little bit bigger. And but as soon as I opened them and went through the cards, I really felt, and I didn't even realise they were the Golden Girls. I just see them online and I see the images, and I thought, oh, that's interesting, you know, because I'm in my 60s. So yeah, we'll have some of that. I thought, yeah. Anyway, I'm happy with them now. I think because I put my sort of little stamp on them. Okay, so moving on for you guys. So yeah, we're waiting for something. We're waiting for something to come in here. All right. So this could be the solution as well. Whatever you're waiting for here could be the solution. Could have been the solution to your problem here, whether it's happening now or it's just happened. All right. Or it might have been that past thing. But as I say, I do feel whatever happened, they're back because we're going right back to 1974. When I look at these cards, so we're looking at disappointment, the Five of Cups. Well, not, it's sorrow, it's regret. It can be a lot of things. The Five of Cups can represent a lot of things, but we're mourning, grieving. I feel mourning and grieving over a loss. All right. If we're looking at recent past energy, say the recent past, so I do feel that you feel quite disappointed in something here. So here we see Rose suffering some sort of heartache. So is she grieving the loss of someone? Or maybe she's regretting something. Maybe she wishes she could turn back the clock. She can't change what's happened, but she can focus on what she does have left. All right. So that's what I've put there for that card. Obviously, you know, we've got those sort of basic there tarot readings, meanings in there as well, because, you know, it's all about how you feel with the cards. You know, it's a card of loss and sorrow and regret and really mourning over something. All right. So, did I read Sophia? Okay, so if you're waiting for something here, so let's see what Sophia says. So, Sophia is looking to the distance. Her plan has started her plan has started and prepared for, and she's prepared for it. Now, all she needs to do is see what happens, what materializes. Okay, so we're looking for a result before she can celebrate something. So my idea, of course, writing on these cards was to look at the card before and after. All right. So we're looking at the card after, which is the Four of Wands. You haven't got it here, but that was my intention when I wrote on these cards. You know, when it was coming through, I thought, okay, I kept wanting to follow the one that come next or before. Okay, so let's move on here to the Page of Pentacles. So Tyrion, that's his name. So we've got Tyrion. So we've got him twice here. So it's like if we're looking still at that very distant past energy, it's like you've gone into something here, thinking that, you know, you can handle it or you can help or something like that. All right. Uh, but then we have the Page of Coins. It's like, you know, give it to me. If I look at this image here of the Page of Coins, you know, let me deal with it. You know, give it to me and I'll do something with it. I'll make something happen with it. All right. And yeah, so I hope I'm making sense, but that's how I feel with Tyrion there with that card. Okay, let's move on to our golden girl, Blanche. So Blanche, what is she doing? So quite basic meanings here for Blanche. So she's got a new possibility. She sees, let me get the words out. She sees a new possibility here. Remember, like Tyrion does. Where is he? Underneath. So he sees, so give it to me. So this is about a new focus. So we've got something new to focus on here. And because it's a page, it's a newish energy. It's a beginner's energy. So this could be financial news you're waiting for. You're looking for something to come in. Um, if this is recent past, there's something coming in that you've invested in. All right. Um, Also something coming through that made you feel disappointed as well in the past, but it's actually might be starting to come in now, especially if it's financial news. So it's a start, and it's also about, remember, we've got hard worker there, so it's about diligent work as well, being, or just generally being diligent as well about your work or your hobbies, projects, or whatever it is that you're waiting for to come in. Diligent. Yeah, just keep your eyes open. That's how I'm feeling there. Let's put it into perspective here. Keep your eyes open, like Sophia's doing here. There she goes. Just really like looking out for something now. All right, and I love the energy when I look at the Golden Girls. On we're looking at two aspects, maybe a bit of a shadow and then the light. We're looking at the shadow and the light side here of these coins. But yeah, so I think whatever's coming in, you'll be quite pleased with whatever it is. So let's move into the current energy here. So whatever's happening at this particular time, maybe it's happened, maybe it's about to happen. Wherever this energy is taking you. I do basically the past, present, and future, but it doesn't have to be. It could be happening right now. It might just happen going in. It's happening now, and it carries itself into the future. Into that outcome sort of layout. So, without further ado, we have the Lovers here. So current, I must say, because I will go back to now and 1974, all right, because whatever happened back then still affects you, all right, it still affects you in some way now, all right, because it was nothing, that was nothing small what happened. That was a very major thing, not minor, a major thing, all right, so it was a big deal, all right, whatever happened. So for some of you may have lost a loved one with whatever happened back then. For others of you, there's news coming in, maybe about somebody that you care about. This isn't always about somebody that we're with intimately. This could be a friend, a love, somebody that's got an interest in us in some way. All right, but somebody very loving. This could be a family member, but there is some sort of news coming in here about something to do with the lovers. So a connection, that you have a really strong connection with somebody here, or you did have. And also we have the birds with that card. So this is communication with the birds. So they're talking. So this, I'm feeling for some of you, this could be a group, say group talk as well. So talking, maybe somebody's, maybe there's a little bit of could be gossip, maybe a little bit of gossip going around. Somebody, did you hear, messaging each other, whatever it is, or talking on the phone. Did you hear so and so? He likes you, or she. There's a little bit of flattery, I'll say flattery going on here, where somebody could be interested in somebody else. But other than that, it's news. I feel some news is coming, or you hear something through having a conversation. All right. And the reason that I feel quite excited about this is because we have the dolphin here. So financial, you're definitely waiting for something to come in that's going to bring some sort of financial reward in some way, because the dolphin says financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. All right. So even as I say, if you're still working, you're retired, something that you've done that you can carry on with now. And I really feel here you have this. angel cards, so spiritual guidance and protection from harm. All right, so with that, you also have this card, spiritual teacher. Sorry, can you see that? So you heal with the classes, sessions, and seminars. So you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. Now, for some of you, this could be healing comes in all shapes of form. So this could be counseling. Um, this could be, I'm getting that sort of, believe it or not, pharmacist, physician, like doctor, nurse. I'm getting all these sort of energies coming in here, something where, and of course, spiritual as well. So, sort of, you could be helping someone through, as I say, physiotherapy. It's all healing work, yoga, everything, whatever it is, everything helps. So we've got that coming through strongly, but a very strong spiritual, religious or spiritual belief here as well with this energy. Okay, so moving on, we have the Ten of Wands. All right, so what I want to say here, something obviously is very is let's just read the card. So let's read what Sophie is doing here with this this Ten of Wands. Of course, we know it's a card of carrying heavy burdens and being overwhelmed and taking on too much. So after much deliberation, Sophia has decided to carry this through to the end. She's taken a lot of on. She's taken a lot of responsibility, on that. She's extended herself. She cannot even think straight or see straight. Maybe it's time to share the load or do something new or different. All right. So maybe you're waiting, whatever this is you're waiting for, to maybe do something different with your time, even in your work or something. All right. And there it is there. And I just really felt like pulling the Game of Thrones deck as well for these cards here. All right, so that's that one. So we move on now. So we do have the Page of Cups. So if there is somebody an interest, if for those of you that are not with someone, by the way, and that you're open to meeting someone, this is for those of you that are in that energy where you'll give something a try. All right, with that Lovers card here, so we do have someone coming in here for you. We have the King of Cups, which is a good match. So this is a good pairing, as I say. It doesn't matter male or female. We have a good pairing here. We have someone that can't control her emotions. So this is Rose. So she gets very excited. She's quite an excitable person. And Rose has received some amusing news. I've put here amusing news or news of a happy event. But she's also receptive to other people's ideas, ideas and opinions. So when hearing or listening to gossip, don't believe everything you hear. All right. So remember we was talking about that just now with the birds and the lovers. So I do feel there's some sort of chitty chatter gossip going about. I'm not saying it's malicious or anything too, but it's still, people talk, don't they? Um, Maybe that's what you could be worried about as well. People talking. That's what I'm getting. People talking. But you have this lovely young man here, the King of Cups. There he is, Jon Snow in that one, which is really nice. So the King of Cups. So I've put who's this. So who's this? All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's this? So this is Miles. Okay, so Miles is the steadfast suitor of Rose, which is this lady here. All right. So supportive, wise, and generous. He knows how to keep his emotions under control, and he doesn't lose his head in the face of adversity. All right, so that's really nice. So as I said, So maybe somebody that you're seeing, that people you're saying your friends probably could be saying that you're, oh no, we're just friends, you know, it's company, it's companionship. We're just friends. But I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. I'm not saying that there's any Yankee, but there might not be any Yankee panky, or maybe there is because of when I look at this lovers cards, they're in stone. All right, so the lovers there are sort of fixed there in stone, which means there might not be a lot of activity going on. That's okay, I'm not really bothered either anymore, so don't worry about that. Okay, so let's carry on. Uh, let's go into this energy now. What we've got here. So we've got Jack Frost here, January. So the month of January for some of you guys is, does that ring a bell? January. And if we're looking at April, so maybe an Aries, January, Capricorn. So if we're looking at April, maybe we're looking at a Taurus as well, Taurus, Aries, or I'll say Aquarius, Capricorn. Anyway, so let's have a look at this line. Okay, expectation. And I see anticipation here as well. I'm getting that word here with this card. So you're expecting something, guys, all right? You're expecting something to come in. You're looking for it. You keep looking out the window, or you're really sort of waiting for the postman or the delivery man, but you're waiting for something coming in. Oh, excuse me, something coming in here. All right, this could be something official for some of you. Some sort of news that might be official with the bear. The bear is not always, also represents the mother, so maybe your mothers, grandmothers. But yeah, some sort of news. I don't know what this news. I don't know if it's good news or news. You're expecting news, so of course, you're expecting for a good result in some way. All right, we do. We always want a good result. We don't want bad news, do we? But what so whatever situation this is about, you may have put yourself in a situation. You do have the Power card here, the bucket. Let's just put it into, the bucket. Time to get out of a situation. So if you have put yourself in a situation, I'm not talking about a relationship, I'm talking about something else, all right, that maybe not is not for you. Don't be, which I don't think you are, don't be afraid to sort of say that you're not interested anymore, or you don't want it anymore, or this whatever it is not for you at the moment. That's just what I'm picking up with that card. Something connecting as well to the month of January. So whatever it is, maybe you've got out of this situation. Maybe January just gone, something happened, and you actually ended something here in some way, because it's followed by the death card. All right. So God, look at that. Look at the schnozzle, schnozzle on Jack Frost there. Oh, yeah. So something about January, because we do have the death card here. All right. I do feel that you're a little bit of a force to be reckoned with, especially when I see is that Arya from the Game of Thrones? She's no nonsense. So I do feel that you are, if something is not for you, if something doesn't feel right, it's not for you, or you've changed your mind, I think that you've put an end here. Death is the end of something. All right. It's also, of course, a card of transformation, transition, and everything else. But for this line, I'm feeling that you're waiting for something new, especially as you've got two aces here. Not two aces, two pages. So you're waiting for something new to come in. All right. Remember, it's okay, but whoever this King of Cups is, let me just bring these cards here. We do have these two cards that came out for you guys. So we have flirt. So there's no harm in flirting, or, having a little flirt and being playful, because you've got the playfulness card there as well. So extend your light-hearted energy to others. Or if you're not doing that, you need to start doing it. All right. Because we do have, I do have that, oh, where was it? where did I see that card where you need to have a little bit more fun? I'll look for it. Oh, here he is, the King of Spears. He looks, I've just pulled him there on his own for now because he looks completely, he looks like he could sort of come out of this, I don't know if it's a state of some sort of, not depression, I wouldn't say that, but it's like you could be getting out more or you could be doing more. You could be enjoying yourself. That's how I'm feeling with this energy. Although the King of Spears, which is the King of Wands, is usually about being confident and, happy-go-lucky and the light and soul of the party. But with this one here, he's moping a bit. I was going to say he's moping a little bit. So be careful of that, guys, all right? And then we have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, all right? So get in touch with that inner child. Inner child. Great. But something here about you freeing yourself, and I do see that here. So if I put this one here with the pal, we have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Time to get out of a situation. All right. So if you feel trapped in some way, you've put yourself in a situation that you feel you don't want to be in anymore, then don't be afraid to sort of free yourself from that and end it here with this the death card there. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, so we do have the Knight of Pentacles. You've got a couple of Pentacles here. Where are they? Yeah, because you end with the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever's coming in, I do feel that something that you're doing that could bring you in extra money. The Knight of Pentacles, of course, it's taken time. For some of you, something that you're doing, or it might have, or you've been doing that. See, I mean, this could be a job that you had that you've been doing so long that you need a change. Some of you need a change. You want to do something where you're not working too many hours or something like that. And it could be anything, it could be a project, anything like that. But I do feel very strongly something coming in here to do with healing, especially when I look at this card here. All right, it's about sharing what you know, what you have, what you've experienced with others in some way, because them two cards together. And I do get the casualties here as well with this moon card here from the Lenormand. All right, so this is usually an energy of usually casualties through, they say through fame, you start getting the attention that you don't want. That's what I want to say. Or things don't turn out the way that you expect them to. But for you, I'm getting the word casualties. So that could have something throwing back, something to do with that 1974 there. So maybe something you done, you see, you was involved in, that changed. I'll say it's like a destiny change that may have changed your course for you to help others in some way, or make sure that you became skillful or learnt something, became skillful so that you could help others in healing. I'll say any healing field, whatever it is, whether it's a nurse, a doctor, whatever it is. Okay, so very slow energy. So something is coming in. We do have, she goes from the page, we're going from the page to the Knight now. So having that idea, that opportunity, something, say something you can touch, something that you can bring forward into this Knight of Pentacles, right? So coming in with something a little bit more stable, a little bit more solid, all right? And all knights are the extreme. But let's see who this is. Someone who makes slow and steady progress, the Knight of Cups. Very cautious, careful, but persistent. Dedicated, hardworking, and gets the job done. Someone who may lack initiative. So you need to, whatever this is, you need to make that first move. It's action. Knights are about action, so it's about making that first move. All right, and this lovely energy here we're ending with is the Ten of Pentacles. So, okay, I'll read that in a minute. I'll read about, what's his name? Max. I'll read Max in a minute. But the Ten of Pentacles is, so I've put here, you know, as Blanche, although she's not in the card, the Ten of Pentacles, as Blanche left something very valuable for her family to enjoy. All right, so you are thinking, whatever it is you're doing, you are thinking of the family and maybe leaving something there for the family. This could be as well life's hard lessons as well. You know, teaching your children, your grandchildren, whatever the, what you value, the values, respect, everything else. But this is a card of, remember I picked up property in the fourth house. That was it, the fourth house. So this could be property, inheritance. So maybe a will, you know, anything that you want to do that you're waiting for to come in to bring forward, you know, something that can be passed on. All right, being remembered as well, being remembered for something that you've done. Okay, let me just read Max quickly because I didn't think I didn't see him there before. Maybe he's just come in on his own. I don't know. So Max, so with this, he's the King of Wands. So it's a funny energy I get here. So Max is the widower of Sophie's old friend. So in the Golden Girls, this one of the series, Sophia's best friend died, and she, yeah, no, Sophia, yeah, Sophia's best friend died, but a friend's widower, which is Max, ends up with Sophia. So I think she marries him at some point. All right, and that happens. It happens a lot in the world where we sort of marry or ends up with our friends or whatever partners. Anyway, so who's this? Maybe someone who's a bit dramatic. So there's someone in your life who's a bit dramatic, who loves attention, loves being the centre of attention, perhaps a little vain as well, perhaps. Someone who can get someone who can get things from people or get them to do things with them for them. That's what I want to say, for them, without even asking them. So someone's a little bit crafty. They've got a bit crafty behaviour here. So they, it doesn't have to be money or anything, but it could be anything. Someone knows how to get their own way. All right. So male or female, take that on board. So that's the energy I'm picking up there. All right. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I've been going on 52 minutes. There we go. I've been writing. Look at Rose here. Look, little minx, isn't she? Look. So let me read this one. So this full card, which I didn't read, is Rose is impulsively setting off into the unknown. Her sweet and gentle attitude means she's willing to try something new. She can be unpredictable, and her friendly, easygoing nature can innocently enough get her into some pretty awkward, uncomfortable, and sticky situations. All right, so this is also a card of leaving the nest. And I did feel that there with that change card. So leaving the nest. Did I read you Shady Pines before I go? So this is the other tower card. So Shady Pines. I do have here the apartment block where all is not what it seems. What goes on behind closed doors? No defense is totally secure. Unexpected events, breakdown, sudden change, a challenge, chaos all around, and revelation. All right. So that's what I put for that card. Anyway, guys, all you 19, that's why I do these readings very far and few between. And, we mustn't forget this gentleman here. I nearly forgot. We have a gentleman here, could be this King of Cups. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. or both. All right, so if that means anything to any of you guys, you know, take that on board as well. So I'm going to leave that now there with you guys. Any of you number fours born on, as I say, the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of any month, I'll leave this reading here with you. All right, and I'll be back whenever. I don't know when, but I'll be back with another year very soon, and of course, another birthday. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you. Bye.